Welcome back to the latest Mountain West Connection show here. Check us out, mwcconnection.com. That's our website, Mountain West Connection is Facebook, and MWC Connection. I'm getting a bunch of ding shirts that are annoying me. So,
Ding, 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 ding.
ding, 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 ding. Do you hear that as well?
No, actually, I don't.
We'll get going here. It wants me to upgrade Google Plus as I start the show here because we're going through YouTube. So, we'll see how long this ding lasts because that was quite annoying to start the show. But this is the show. You are listening to recorded live Mountain West Connection. Jeremy Moss here with Chris Hondras hanging out somewhere in probably warmer than me, Las Vegas.
Not that much warmer.
Okay.
I'll be honest. It's like mid-40s right now.
Yeah, about 20, so not bad. Well, okay, it's up. So hopefully I don't drop here. So if you hear me stop talking I'll keep going because I'm now getting my opening Google Voice notification here to upgrade. So we'll see how that goes. But we got college football rankings to talk about. We have 6 games to talk about. Quasi-rivalry, I can never say it correctly. Rivalry week to talk about, even though rival games are spread out now. But we have a lot to talk about, to say the least.
Yay! So, do we start with the Twitter questions? Oh, wait, we don't have Twitter questions.
Thanks a lot, jerks.
Thanks, guys. They always have Twitter questions present on Twitter. They figure that's the way they'll get a shorter show out of us.
Sure, but my excuse was everybody's prepping for Black Friday, reading those ads. That's a couple days away.
Well, that's a logical answer. We can't be logical on here. So anyway, college football playoff rankings came out tonight.
Yeah, pretty big deal. Leading up to that, Jerry Palm and others were saying no Mountain West or no Group of 5 teams will be ranked. Well, we got 2 this week.
Yay!
Boise State at number 24.
You mean at
or
number
23? Excuse me, 23. Marshall at number 24. No Colorado State.
Yeah, which kind of sucks because you're still ranking a 7-4 Utah at number 25.
Yeah, they lost 42 to 10.
Really?
They lost beat down.
They were beat down. They should not be ranked.
No.
So, Colorado State should be 25, just for kicks and giggles.
At least it wasn't Arkansas, because there was talk about them being 25.
Yeah.
A 6-5 Arkansas team.
I'll be honest. I like the rankings.
Do you think it's accurate, though?
Colorado State. What?
But shouldn't the Rams be ranked, do you believe?
Oh, definitely. The Rams should definitely be ranked. But if you're talking
should they
about...
be at a Boise State?
At this point, no. And the reason why I'm going to say no, and all the Colorado State fans are going to get upset at me because, Colorado State. No, it's because taking into account what these committee members take into account, so-called, they value conference championships. Right now, Boise State controls their own destiny for making the conference championship, meaning that a 2-loss Boise State who makes the conference championship game and wins the conference is going to be ranked ahead of an undefeated Marshall who has made the championship game. Now, don't get me wrong. I think, in a hypothetical situation, I think if Colorado State beats Air Force on Friday, which I'm thinking is going to happen.
Without Jacoby Owens.
And if Boise State loses to Utah State on Saturday and Colorado State ends up winning the title, or ends up winning to making it Mountain Division to the championship game,
and beating that 5-8 Hawaii squad.
I think that Colorado State is going to basically take Boise State's place at like number 23 or 22.
I was thinking the same thing. I'm like, because they do but then why is Utah ranked if that's the case? They're nowhere near this Pac-12 South. But I was thinking the exact same thing. I was like, maybe not. People say, oh, you're making an excuse. You love Colorado State. You hate Boise State. Remember, we're biased.
Or you love Boise State or hate Colorado State. No, it's nothing like that. I'm legitimately trying to figure out how the...
So was I. I was thinking the same thing. You were thinking, like, well, maybe because the conference... I was going to say the exact same thing, but you started going about maybe it is because they're the leading team to win that conference.
Now,
and that could make sense, I
I also
guess.
will say this. I also will say this. If Boise State had not lost to Air Force, I think Boise State would be ranked higher than 23rd right now.
Oh yeah, because they would be on a 10-game winning streak.
Yeah. And I also don't think Colorado State fans would be whining about it. Of course, that's because Boise State would have the front running
2-game lead. They would have already. They'd be, if that were the case. If they beat Air Force, they would. There's no way anybody could beat them in the Mountain Division. They would have it wrapped up already as undefeated.
No, assuming if they lost to Utah State, Utah would have the head-to-head, but lose the head-to-head Colorado State, and then you'd go into 3.
No, but Utah State would have two losses.
I'm assuming Utah State won against Boise.
Oh, you're.
No, yeah. We'd have even more confusion than what we would have Saturday night. It would go to like the third tiebreaker.
Yeah, I'd go to comment. Yeah, whatever. We'll get to those later. We have those ready still too. So, but I say exact same thing as you. Maybe they are just going because they're the front runner. They're supposed to win, so they're gonna rank them, and that does lead up to a few things they mentioned because they're talking about. A lot of people are mentioning this future scheduling is why maybe USC was jumped up so high last week because they were playing UCLA.
And that's why TCU and Ohio State should not be freaked out about sitting 5 and 6 in the right out of the playoff right now. Mississippi State is not going to win. Is not going to go to the championship game unless Alabama loses. If Alabama loses Mississippi State, then Alabama is going to move out of that slot. And remember, taking conference championships into account, one of those teams will not be playing for a conference championship. Which
means Missouri is going to win, right? My biggest fear is Missouri winning the SEC overall, and they somehow jump up to number 4.
You're a horrible person and should never be. No.
Just saying, they like their conference titles.
Yeah, right. But that's what I'm saying. Conference championship taken into account, TCU or Baylor. Actually, it would be Baylor at that point, or Ohio State, even more so because they actually have a championship game to play. They've got a very good chance of overtaking anybody in that number 4 slot.
So, is your top 4 stay the same?
Oh, my top 4 has been Alabama, Oregon, Florida State, TCU. Actually, I switched it to Baylor last week. Last week I switched it to Baylor, and this week I'm keeping the same.
Okay. Because there's a way that the SEC, well, we don't discuss too much, but it's just kind of fun. They could have everybody with 2 losses because Alabama could lose to Auburn, which is conceivable.
Which is very, very conceivable. If you take a look at the odds right now, the Iron Bowl odds, Alabama has really? 9.5-point favorites?
Yeah, I saw that.
BS. Get out of here.
Nope.
Whereas Florida State only has a 7.5. I think it's very conceivable that Alabama could lose to Auburn in the Iron Bowl, especially with how they've lost in recent years.
Well, but then there's more. Well, yeah, kick 6 and all that, but the Alabama could lose.
Cam Newton game.
Yeah, that too. Yeah, they're up huge and blow it. But then you also have Ole Miss is sitting at where are they at? Where did Ole Miss drop down to?
Ole Miss and Auburn cannot make the championship game.
No, that's what I'm getting at. No. Oh, why can't Ole Miss beat Mississippi State?
They can.
That's what I mean.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Yes.
You guys
I get it.
If Ole Miss wins the Egg Bowl, 2 losses for the Bulldogs. Auburn beats Alabama, 2 losses. The best SEC team could be is 12-2. Would you take I don't have the tiebreaker in front of me, but say whoever wins the West has 2 losses, would that get them in?
I'm not sure because then on the East you have Missouri and Georgia who are both sitting at 9-2 right now. They win, they're going to be all at 10-2 as well.
Well, I know, I get my point. No, but the West wins the division though. Because basically, if my scenario plays out, the best any team could be is 12-2.
Right. Alabama would win that scenario because Alabama holds the tiebreaker over Mississippi State.
No, what I'm getting at is the conference champion in SEC has 2 losses.
Yes.
Would they take a 2-loss Alabama or whoever in the playoff?
No. Maybe.
Because you'd have Oregon maybe one. Let's just say, play it out. Oregon one, Florida State. Those two are in. Let's just say they are. Then you got TCU and Ohio State, or Ohio State Baylor. Basically Ohio State Big 12 champion, all with 1 loss and 0 for FSU.
Oh yeah, I get what you're saying.
That's a concern, and I'm just saying they're all conference champions as well. One thing too about the committee I don't like is that Jeff Long mentioned about ranking teams. No, considering the teams when they were ranked when they played. So, for example, Boise played Ole Miss. What was Ole Miss? Were they top 5 when they played them? Top 10?
No, they were number 18th.
Number 18, whatever they are. They're considering, at least it was, the ranking of when they played them, which makes no sense. Well, it does make sense unless there's an injury involved. Like Oregon losing their center or one's offensive lineman, that's a different game than them having those guys in there. But the ranking shouldn't be reflective of when you played because look at Arkansas. They whooped up on Ole Miss last week.
Well, if they're taking rankings into account, I mean...
No, rankings when you play the team. I mean...
No.
Ole Miss kept...
Isn't that in essence, though? Isn't that, in essence, creating your own RPI?
Yeah, that's why. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Because why? Okay, they're number 2 at the time, but now they're number 12. But you lost the number... Is that a better win because you beat them at 2, but they've been on a losing streak? Because they're at 12? That... I kind of get what they're doing, but this is supposed to be a cumulative effect, not a singular 1 week at a time vacuum.
I get that.
Because Boise State right now has 0 wins over a ranked team. Colorado State has a loss to a ranked team. What's better? You know what I mean? Boise and Colorado State are actually 0-1 against ranked opponents.
Right.
I'm just saying that. But really quick, do you think Colorado or Boise State's the placeholder for the Mountain West title team, if it's them or CSU? Because it would look kind of odd if the Rams jump Marshall if they go 12, if they win the title. Mountain West title, you know what I mean? Without being ranked.
Okay, repeat that question.
Is, like you said before, do you believe whoever the Mountain West champion is out of the Mountain Division, whether it be Utah State, Colorado State, Boise State's already there, would they overtake and just replace Boise State with that Mountain team?
I don't think Utah State would.
What would Utah State be? They'd be 12. They have, 2 losses at the moment? Is that right?
They have
3. So they would be, they'd have the next 14 games. They'd be 11-3. You don't think they would pass Marshall?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I think once you hit 3 losses, Marshall cannot be passed.
An undefeated Marshall.
Yeah.
Because Marshall could somehow lose.
In fact, I'll be honest. I was very surprised when the 2-loss Boise State team overtook Marshall.
Yeah, that. But I'm also very surprised that a 2-loss Rams team is not in there as well. Anywhere.
Yeah, well, that too.
Well, let's move on. We've went in circles enough on that. We're ranked teams. Woohoo! That's the positive. But we got games this week. I'm sorry if I'm stopping or stuttering. I get this beep. I updated that Google Talk plugin about 4 times, but it's still not going away with that beep, so it's kind of annoying. So hopefully you don't hear it at all, do you?
Nope.
Perfect. So it's just bugging me the whole time. Love it. Okay, so let's get to the games here. We have one game Friday night, which is a huge. Well, would have been huge if Mr. Jacoby Owens wasn't out. But you got Colorado State.
No, it's still pretty big.
It's still huge. Air Force is still very good, of course, but Colorado State traveling to the Service Academy in Colorado Springs for a Black Friday CBS Sports Network game, which is 1:30 local, 3:30 Eastern time. And Air Force, did you know they're undefeated at home?
I did not, but that would explain how Boise State lost.
There you go. That does. You know that. They got that case. Man, the Rams, they've been on a roll lately. Last week, past couple weeks, they've been doing their thing with D Hart. Rashard Higgins, if you haven't heard, he's actually a finalist for the Blitnikoff Award. Won't win, but he's a finalist.
Yeah, it was announced tonight that he was a finalist.
He'll lose to Amari Cooper from Alabama, so even though his stats are
Will he though? Will he though? Amari Cooper went out last week with a bruised knee, and
If
then
he
not
doesn't play the
only
rest,
that, if he's not 100% versus Auburn this week, he's not 100% versus Auburn this week. I think that award could go to Higgins no matter what.
who's the third guy? I don't even know who that was. Our guy Terrence put something up. I didn't even look at the third guy. Do you know who that is?
I'm looking it up right now.
I don't recall, but here's the thing. You got probably the second, well, running backs are so good. One of the best running backs in the league, best receiver. Their defense has actually been playing better of late. But, man, you got to stop that triple option attack, and I don't know who the Colorado State's going to throw out there that can replace Jacoby Owens.
Kevin White of West Virginia is the other finalist. So actually, that makes sense a lot.
He's good. So what are your thoughts on this? Because if Air Force doesn't have Owens, what is going to be the game plan for them? Just whoever's next in line?
It has to be.
It has to be.
Pearson actually has to run less.
Run less, but throw more? Because he threw, 22 times last week, I believe? That was a lot for him.
No. That whoever's the running back needs to throw more. I mean, he threw. I think he threw significant times last week, and it was effective. Once you throw too much, I think it loses its effectiveness, especially as a triple option team.
Oh, totally. Because that's the point, is able to lure them in and then beat them downfield with the pass.
Yeah, so I don't think you can do that. So I think for Pearson, max he should be only throwing 15 to 18 times a game. But whoever's next in line behind Jacoby Owens, they're the ones who need to step up.
Yeah, you gotta. They usually have everybody in there, but this is one of the few years where they don't have 3 to 5 back. Like maybe not 3 to 5, but they don't go 3 or 4 deep in the running game.
Yeah.
And that's a problem. Usually they've had all sorts of people there to step in. But losing Owens, I don't know if they have it. But I think I think it could be more concerning for the defense of Air Force, because it's been not hit or miss, but it's been better than in years past. But it's either been really good or just okay. And can those 250-pound nose tackles withstand D Hart running 30 times?
I don't think so. I think there's going to have to be a lot of chop blocks.
Of course. Well, that's the offense thing, getting rid of those Ram defenders there. But
here's the thing about Air Force's defense. It's been stingy, especially in the run game. Yeah, they've forced a lot of interceptions, but they've forced tons of fumbles at all. And so,
however,
I'm going to be really excited to watch is Weston Steelhammer versus D Hart.
That'll be good. But did you know the past 2 games combined, Air Force has given up 1,000 yards in total offense?
No, that's
all the yards.
That's pretty bad. But a lot of that was through the I just thought about that. A lot of that was through the air.
Yeah, you got Rashard Higgins, who's pretty good. You got Garrett Grayson. You probably have, arguably, that is the best passing combo, and D Hart is right there with Jay Ajayi and Donald Pumphrey. So you could argue this is the best offensive unit out of the skill positions in the league.
Yeah,
we're very close to it. Running back, not a clear, nowhere near being a clear number 1. 3 at worst. But best receiver, best quarterback. If they're going to throw through the air. Because look what Azil Ruffin did last week with Quinn Kaler. And also, a starting cornerback, Jordan Mays, did not practice earlier in the week. So that could be another sore spot for the Falcons there.
So, I mean, now we've talked about this. It's fairly obvious Colorado State's going to run away with this one.
And 6 points are going to easily get to 6 and hope and glue to their TV Saturday night to Boise State, Utah State.
Line's up to 7 now, by the way, but yeah.
Oh, it is 7. I would take that. Air Force is so good at home, but Colorado State's better than Nevada.
All right, I'm writing this down.
That Colorado State's better than Nevada?
No.
Taking notes?
No. I'm writing down the bet, so when we do the base.
Oh
Wait,
yeah, yeah.
I can write down that Colorado State is better than Nevada too. I mean, I enjoy
I
that.
didn't know. You just started. Well, you're like, oh, it sounds important as soon as I mentioned that. So that's what I was trying to.
It is. It is important.
I gotcha. So we got that game there. Let's move on. So we both got same pick, and here's how the how it works out. For the division, Colorado State needs to win, and they need Utah State to win to beat Boise. So they need to win and help. Next game is Wyoming at New Mexico. This is the only game out of the bunch that has zero implications on either division. Did you know that?
Yeah. Did you know also that New Mexico is a 4.5-point favorite?
Home favorite.
That's a little bit more than home team advantage right there, my friend.
Yeah, it's a 1.5.
New Mexico, though, has looked better in the weeks, except for last week against Colorado State. They have looked better.
And
As
they
of
even had
Wyoming-
Yeah, well, no, really? Boise State come to mind? Colby Kirkard's
okay,
not playing?
we're giving last week an exception for both teams.
Why?
Let's see. New Mexico fought back versus Utah State to make it a 7-point game. Lost to Boise by 11 after they were winning pretty much the whole game. Wyoming.
But they got thrashed versus New Mexico. They got thrashed versus Colorado State.
Okay, fine. Wyoming's.
Well, I'm just.
I'm
but here's
trying
the
to
thing,
sound
too.
positive here. Damn it.
I know. You don't need to. I'm just saying that they stumbled. Let's just say they stumbled last week. Their steam is running out. And Wyoming, if you saw Colby Kirkard getting tackled from behind, twist his leg and severely sprained ankle, he is not No, that's not sure, not for sure.
Not for sure.
He's not going to practice. He's not going to start. But here's what. But Coach Craig Bull, I was going to think of something else. He's holding out hope that Kirkard, even though he may not practice, could start. Doubtful. Look, they split time last week. Tom Thornton and senior Sam Stratton will get most reps, and they played last week. Neither played very well. So I would think Thornton might start because he's been the backup all year. But I don't know. Thornton says he's comfortable, can lead the offense. Of course, he'd say that. I don't know. We're not going to know until game time because Craig Bull's a smart coach. He's not Ron Carragher who'll give out the information on Monday for a game on Saturday about who his quarterback is.
It doesn't matter. There's only two people we're going to be talking about in this game.
It's Lamar Jordan and Jarrell Presley. Oh, Brian Hill, yes. So this could be an interesting running matchup between those two guys.
Oh yeah.
So they got
playing against each other. And even if you wanted to throw in there Jarrell Presley as well.
But he didn't look good last week. So what do you think? Because this game's on Root Sports. I don't know what to do because Wyoming's missing their quarterback. The game really has no meaning at all. There's no bowl game on the line. There's no chance for them to screw up somebody's divisional hopes to win the conference.
It's for Wyoming, it's fighting to be 5-7. For New Mexico, it's fighting to be 4-8.
Yeah, and also kind of a hope maybe springboard to next year because I guess last week I could easily see New Mexico get into a bowl game in Wyoming.
Yeah, both of these teams have potential to be bowl teams.
I would probably lean more toward New Mexico than Wyoming because the quarterback situation's still iffy for the Cowboys. But
unless Craig Bull JUCO recruit thing, yeah.
True. He'll be Kansas State Northwest. Is that what it's gonna be called?
Yeah.
Kansas. Yeah, we'll go with that. I'm going with the home team. New Mexico. I think last week just because who they played, the Rams defense is really good. Jarrell Presley is going to be back, and they're probably still maybe bummed for that Boise loss a while back, but they're going to win. I'm going to say Wyoming's going to cover. It's going to come down to like a field goal game. I'm going with the Lobos to cover just because Presley and Jordan will have a big game.
So basically, what you're saying is, Senior Day is going to take over.
Sure.
Cole Gauchi might get the start.
Don't mess with me with that. He's been injured. No, that's not. No.
Sorry. He'll walk out on the field.
He'll take a knee or something.
Damn it! This is actually a hard game to pick.
It is because even if Colby Kirkard was going to play, I'd probably still lean to the home team. Take the easy way out. Take the home team with me. I'm actually picking Wyoming, but yeah.
You're picking Wyoming to cover.
Yeah, not win, but cover.
I'm gonna go New Mexico to cover and win. I'm gonna say it's going to be. I don't know. Let's
You
give
don't
it
need to give a score. You don't need to give a score. That's okay.
35-28 or something like that. It's going to cover the point.
Okay, excellent. Next game, San Jose State at San Diego State. CBS Sports Network.
I predict my score correctly, the more I'm a wizard.
Okay, sure. We'll go with that. San Diego State hosting San Jose State. I need to actually pull up our what is our guy local
Real rivalry.
Yeah. Well, what's the trophy for this game? Is there a trophy or some trinket on the line?
Not a trophy up for this game. However, this game.
Trinket.
You would think there'd be something for this game, because while this game has only been played 32 times, I think it is. These two schools are actually two of the oldest schools in California. San Jose State was founded in 1887, I think it was. 90s. So,
well, here's what we need to know before we begin. San Jose State cannot win the division. Likely thinks that Hawaii shut it a couple weeks ago. Here are these. And also I expect Aztecs to win and roll because Donald Pumphrey against that rush defense. Who's the Oklahoma freshman who had the rushing record? Could we have a third week of a 400-yard rusher?
I don't think we could be that lucky, but if we can, it will definitely be Donnell Pumphrey.
Not say there's a chance, but if this was able to be placed a wager on, $10 would be sufficient to get a nice return if that was the case.
I don't even know what the spread is here.
I had it here a moment ago. Was it 10? I think.
10?
Oh, it's not showing up on here. That's weird on ESPN. I got my.
Yeah, it's not up on ESPN anymore.
I need to pull up my article from earlier. If this beeping would stop in my ear, I'd be able to be more proficient, not be wanting to punch something. I don't have the post up here, but let me go. You find out. I'll go through the scenarios here. There are two scenarios in the way the West Division can be won by San Diego State, and if they do win the division, they'll have the best record as well at 7-5. I reckon. Well, yeah, 7-5. And first of all, it predicates them on winning because that's the most important thing right there. You have to win to keep going here. But they also need some help where they need it. The Nevada UNLV game does not matter. It matters to some, but not to these guys. They need Hawaii to win. And that's the only way they can get in. Actually, they have one shot. I thought they had two. Sorry.
Nope.
They need Hawaii to win and San Diego State to win themselves, and that's how they can win the division.
I'm going to pick San Diego State to cover here, and I'm sure you are too. Hello? SDSU to cover. Yes? No? Did I lose you? Hey. Hey. Can you hear me? I lost you completely. I can't. If you can bring me back in, that would be great. Um, am I back? Am I back? Hello?